Ever wondered what forges a leader like Winston Churchill? Was he born great, or was he a product of his tumultuous times? Let's dive into the extraordinary life of the man who steered Britain through its darkest hour. Born into the aristocratic Spencer Churchill family in 1874, young Winston was anything but a model student. He was rebellious, had a lisp, and generally disliked school. His relationship with his parents, particularly his father, Lord Randolph Churchill, was distant and strained. He wrote countless letters to his mother, Jenny, but often felt neglected. It was his nanny, Elizabeth Everest, who provided the warmth and affection he craved. Despite his poor academic record, he showed flashes of brilliance, especially in subjects he enjoyed, like history and English. His parents decided a military career was the best path for him, sending him to the prestigious Royal Military College at Sandhurst. Life at Sandhurst marked a turning point. Churchill began to thrive in the structured, disciplined environment. He graduated 8th out of a class of 150, eager for action and to make a name for himself. His 20s were a whirlwind of adventure. He served as a military observer and journalist in Cuba, where he developed a lifelong taste for Havana cigars. Then he was off to India, where he participated in frontier warfare, using his downtime to devour books and educate himself, making up for his lackluster school years. But his most famous early adventure was in South Africa during the Second Boer War. As a war correspondent, he was captured after a dramatic ambush of an armored train. His daring escape from a POW camp made him a national hero overnight, catapulting him into the public eye and paving the way for his political career. Returning to Britain a celebrity, Churchill finally won a seat in Parliament in 1900, at the age of 25. His early political career was dynamic and controversial. He famously crossed the floor of the House of Commons, switching from the Conservative Party to the Liberal Party over his belief in free trade. He quickly rose through the ranks, becoming a cabinet minister. As First Lord of the Admiralty at the start of World War I, he championed naval modernization. However, his political career suffered a catastrophic blow with the failure of the Gallipoli campaign in 1915, a disastrous attempt to knock the Ottoman Empire out of the war. Forced to resign in disgrace, Churchill didn't just retreat. In a remarkable move, he rejoined the army and served on the Western Front as a battalion commander, experiencing the horrors of trench warfare firsthand. This period, from his 30s to his 50s, was known as his wilderness years. After World War I, he held various government posts, but found himself increasingly isolated politically during the 1930s. While his contemporaries pursued a policy of appeasement towards the rising threat of Nazi Germany, Churchill was a lone, powerful voice warning of the dangers of Hitler. He was widely regarded as a warmonger and an outcast. He spent this time writing, painting, and managing his country estate, Chartwell, all while delivering powerful speeches in Parliament that, at the time, fell on deaf ears. He warned that Britain and France had to choose between war and dishonor, and that, if they chose dishonor, they would get war. His predictions, tragically, proved to be absolutely correct. Then, in 1939, with the invasion of Poland, the world was plunged into war. The policy of appeasement had failed spectacularly. In Britain's moment of crisis, the nation turned to the one man who had been right all along. In May 1940, as France was collapsing and Britain stood alone against the Nazi war machine, Winston Churchill became Prime Minister. He was 65 years old. His moment had finally come. What followed was his finest hour. With his powerful oratory, bulldog spirit, and unwavering resolve, Churchill rallied the British people. Through his famous speeches, broadcast over the radio, He inspired a nation to fight on, to never surrender. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields. And in the streets, we shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. He forged a crucial alliance with the United States and the Soviet Union. The Grand Alliance that would ultimately defeat the Axis powers. He was a hands-on war leader, deeply involved in military strategy, often working around the clock, fueled by his famous cigars and brandy. Victory in Europe came in 1945, but in a stunning twist of fate, Churchill was voted out of office just weeks later. The British public, while grateful for his wartime leadership, wanted to build a new post-war society and looked to the Labour Party to do it. Churchill became leader of the opposition. It was during this time, in a 1946 speech in Fulton, Missouri, that he famously warned of an Iron Curtain descending across Europe, heralding the beginning of the Cold War. He wasn't done yet, though in 1951 he became Prime Minister once again at the age of 76. His second term was focused on managing the decline of the British Empire and navigating the new nuclear age. He suffered a serious stroke in 1953, an event that was kept secret from the public. But his indomitable will saw him through. He finally retired in 1955. Winston Churchill's legacy is immense and complex. He was a brilliant orator, a Nobel Prize-winning writer, a talented painter, and a statesman who saved Western civilization from tyranny. But he was also a man of his time, with views on race and empire that are rightly criticized today. He was stubborn, often arrogant, but possessed of incredible courage, resilience, and a profound sense of destiny. He lived a life of staggering highs and devastating lows, a constant battle against adversity, both political and personal. He passed away in 1965 at the age of 90 and was given a state funeral, a testament to the monumental impact he had on Britain and the world. His story is a powerful reminder that history is often shaped by imperfect, yet extraordinary individuals. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through Churchill's life fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most compelling figures. See you next time.